Hello, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Jankyard. I'm your host, The Treatment, and tonight we are watching the grand finals of the One and Done tournament. We are watching the face-off between Underrug Swept and Killer Cactus, and this is very exciting. The last two semifinals were really cool and tight, but this game is where the players get to reuse one of their decks. Once again, I have not looked at any of the decks just to, well, I'm not going to say it was specifically for this purpose. I just didn't have the time. But it's more hype when I have no idea what's coming. It's fun to guess. It's fun to give my opinions on what's going on. So let's get over to the game. I'll let the guys know that they are good to go. And voila. All right. Let me know if you're here in chat tonight. It's always fun to have people bounce ideas off of. And all right, this is cool. We've got Killer Cactus on Odette. I think this is probably his Odette that he used at Gen Con, just based off of the colors. 3 ceremonial, 4 divine, 3 sympathy, and we've got Underrug with 5 ceremonial, a charm, and 4 divine. Now, if I was a betting man, I am guessing that means it is a fallen deck with an open memories start. Kyle, welcome. Charlotte, hey, how's it going, super fan? So this is going to be interesting. The Gen Con deck, to my memory, is mostly knights, big beefy swings. I think it's got Master Vampire, Sonic, as like a mainstay, and the fallen deck, well, is going to be at least 2 fallen. I would be interested to know if this is a fallen deck that now includes dragon, which could be really interesting and lethal, especially with the 4 divine. It could also have a silver paladin opening. So this is going to be interesting. I'm actually more curious as to how Killer is going to bypass the swarm of fallen. I'm assuming he has some fork lightnings, but I don't really know what else in terms of bypass. So yeah, this is going to be a really intense matchup. Might be a little bit longer than our previous ones, so that's always fun. Hey Fritzy, what's going on? And players have selected their first 5. Let's see, who is going first? That's the question. Oh, the second Fritz Jr. What's up? All right. Killer's changing up his plan. Now, if this is also a fallen dragon deck, that would be very interesting. That would be at least, let's see, 1, 2, 3. You could tutor with Glory. Maybe a shepherd open. I mean, there's a lot of things that you could fit in and still do the mount and dragon all in round 1. This is an interesting combo. Lightbringer comes down on Killer's side. Crescendo. Okay, right. That is an obvious pseudo bypass card. And we do see the open memories being played, so it's almost guaranteed that that was for fallen. I don't think I've seen open memories really played for anything other than that and Creeper. There we go. Boom. Kyle says this is the Demona he lost to in round 1 of Top Cut. Ooh, fallen dragon deck. All right, confirmed. Here we go. So it'll be sort of a race and how well Odette can maneuver around these swarm of fallen, what he chooses not to kill off. Very interesting. All right, so not sure. Demona could also be running a Lightbringer, or it's just the Fallen and then the Dragon and everything else. 3 cards, it's probably 3 allies or 2 allies, and the Dragon and those allies could be tutors themselves, like a Glory or a Shepherd. Oh, wow. All right. Well, that was interesting. We're immediately going to pass. That is bad for Killer. Letting your opponent focus their books and use an expensive first round spell and do absolutely nothing, I think that is a bit of a mistake on his side. But we'll see. We've got Glory coming down, which I assume was first fived, which makes a lot of sense. And yeah, as Underrug, I think this gives you a lot of flexibility now. Old Salt's gonna come in, ping away, and let's start those tokens stacking up. Hopefully, everyone's got some good Friday or weekend plans. Light Swordsman comes down, swings at the Old Salt. That gets guarded immediately. Not a question. I wonder if he's just going to counter swing as well and really just start trying to race the damage. Because, oh, okay. Interesting. Huh. I wouldn't have thought to do that, but okay. Just really encouraging the Fallen play. I wonder what he's got. I mean, Lightbringer and Fork Lightning deals with, some of that, which is good. Odette herself can deal with it. I don't remember, but I think he does have an armor. And if he does have an armor, that at least helps in future rounds with being able to use Enter the Fray on the various allies or even just follow themselves and take the guard. And that would, in theory, if he can get it online sooner than later, save him 4 or 5 points of health easily. So Underrug's just going to take it slow, summon the Fallen. Lightbringer comes down, which is the obvious play. Can't guard. Is this Old Salt then just going to subsequently swing back, is the question. Taking a lot of time to consider whether he counters. Could go for the clogging attempt. If, it's kind of hard when Odette's on 5, but it's definitely a possibility. And as Demona, you don't really want to guard a Lightbringer play. Lightbringer swing, I should say. So we've still got some beef on board. And another, okay, so Underrug has his own Old Salt. Just a lot of action going on right now. They're playing very fast, so that means they are very well versed in their own decks and exactly what they want to do. Enter the Fray down on the Old Salt, stacking up those Fallen tokens again, but now we're down to 2 ceremonial dice, so at most we're seeing 4 Fallen, and then whatever else is in the pocket. Shepherd of Lost Souls comes back. Is it going to pull the Old Salt or the Glory? I would assume the Glory and get another Light Swordsman out there. Yep, that's what I think he's going for. You don't want to have to meditate, and Light Swordsman plays really nice into Old Salt, especially when your guard is down and ETF is down. All right. So Killer's still got a lot. I was going to say, does he have a Paladin or a Knight of some sort? All right. I was thinking it could be Sonic or Master Vamp, but a Paladin does a lot of work here. 2 more tokens will go down. And that Old Salt is now nice and beefy. 3 swing. If Underrug ends up drawing into a 3rd Fallen book, if he even has it, that would be, I think, pretty bad. But Killer is playing very aggressive here, and I think he really just wants to set up a lot of value that he can then stick and hopefully get some like a bypass play where he can Fork Lightning the 2 Fallen that come down and then just swing for like 8 and do a chunk of damage that way. Right now, he's also not letting any target for mounting because he really doesn't want to let that dragon through, which is plays into the Fallen books, but it's also really smart because if you can delay the dragon, that is a big boon on your side. So we see Glory coming down. Light Swordsman's going to come next. You might as well swing the Old Salt because it's going to die to Light Swordsman anyway. Unless you had something cheeky like a, what is it, Pride? That boosts the, no, Radiant Light boosts the health. What else boosts the health? Nothing I can think of right now for one die. So it's curious. He's got 2 cards in hand. Underrogue's got 3 dice. 2 of those can easily go towards Fallen, and then there's the Light Swordsman as well. He's going to not give another token. Okay, interesting. I don't like that. At this point, if you're at 3 tokens, going for 4 doesn't seem like that big of a deal. I guess he's encouraging the promote here. Seems a little risky to me. Because Underrug still has his guard up. So at most he's just going to take 3 damage. He's not going to let the dragon die. But Killer does have top of round. So he's got to be thinking that maybe he can outvalue. But I don't know. Facing an Empyrean Mount and Dragon, that to me, I don't know if I like that. I mean, obviously the Glory can't kill anything. He almost swung at the silver. I'd almost probably counter and then... Well, you still got the Light Swordsman for mounting the Empyrean, which, you know, whatever. But I think he's going to take a pot shot, get him down to 13. And now, what does Killer have for 1? Does he have his own Light Swordsman? That's the question. Single copy of Calamity Golem. That would be spicy. That would be really cool. Not going to happen this round, given that he's only on 2 ceremonial dice, but that would be very fun to see. That's a spicy pick. I don't think we really ever see Calamity Golem. Like, no such method played one once, and I don't even think it came out in whatever stream I did for that. But it is fun. I think it's just off. The Knights have only gotten better, and I think it was just underpowered or undercosted a little bit. Like 3 ceremonial compared to, you know, you're comparing 4 dice on Silver Paladin, but only 2 are actually divine. It's a little bit of a miss. All right, lots of thinking, like a lot of thinking there. Okay, so he lets the damage go through. I think in this case he's daring the mount. I mean, the crazy thing is, oh, okay, he's going to challenge it. He's going to probably push the guard. But even if he doesn't, I mean, he's taking at least, he could take 4 damage, 5, 6. Yeah, you could take 6 damage here, easy. I don't know. This is rough from Killer. Or for Killer, I should say. We could easily see 4 Fallen plus the Light Swordsman, right? That's nothing. But even if he puts down the Empyrean Mount and a Dragon, then you're hitting for 6. Which is rough. Or you could do a combo. You could do 2 Fallen and the Empyrean just to get your bodies down. But he's holding that Divine die, which makes me think Fork Lightning. So the smart play would be to not summon Fallen and to mount instead. That gets you up for next turn. Oh. What? Is he just going to use it on the 1? Just on Glory? What just happened? Oh no. The phrasing is choose 2 target units. If you do, deal 1 damage. You can't just choose one guy. Ugh, I wonder, does Underrug let that? Uh, oh, does he let that go back? Sorry, we disconnected for some reason. Log in. How did I? Oh, okay. What happened there? Oh, okay. Underrug's gonna let him undo. Gentlemen, gentleman and a scholar. Um, yeah. Okay, so I had the fork lightning call right, but now you don't summon fallen. Now you mount. That's a yeah, yeah. And Underrug was suspecting that. I haven't been playing the fallen yet because he was expecting what changed. What he did. Crap. All right. Well, I do think yeah. If you were counting on the fallen play, I would have played that fork lightning much earlier and just gotten rid of the initial two and swing in for some damage or just build up your board. But this is a little rough. So now the question is, does he choose to take the damage and really just put the pressure down, or does he clear up the old salt? Because he's not going to have first round swing. You got to figure that at the very least, Underrug next round he's going to guard if the paladin even chooses to swing, or the Lightbringer could come down and that just does nothing against a dragon. And you're going to punch through at least 3. But yeah, they're just talking about all the things I said. So this is why I commentate. You guys don't need to read their chat. I'm here with all the brilliant strategy. Yeah. This is a rough one, but there's still plenty of play. I know that there's the Master Vampires, which can add some healing. Killer's got a lot of beef that are still a trick for Fallen to get around, especially if he chooses not to counter and then just goes for the counter swing. He can hit for 10 very quickly, very easily. So the old salt gets cleaned up, which is probably the smarter play, especially if you're a PvE player. Try and clear the board when you can. There's the dragon that was started. That's going to take a nice little 3 punch in there, and then we pass into top around. Definitely a pickle. I would say I do not like Fallen, but that would be an understatement. And when you're playing Knights, it's even worse. So yeah, it's a very polarizing matchup too, I believe. Although there's enough 1x hate out there now, who knows? It's enough to splash and get around a lot of it. And people need to play Rose Gardener more, because Rose Gardener is still good against token everything, and it's a basic cost. Who cares if you don't need the meditation for charm if you're not even in charm? Just have one. Snipe those Chain of Transfusion tokens. All right. So does he play the Lightbringer? I doubt it, because that means virtually nothing. All right, there we go. Sword of Virtue adds 3 damage to Demona, gets rid of a major threat, and I think if he didn't have that in hand, that's a very solid draw to start the top of round. If he wasn't top of round, this would be a lot worse. Ooh. All right. Well, third Fallen book is never what you want to see. That's rough. That's even bigger end game clock. Shepherd of Lost Skulls comes down. He's going to pull back the old salts. So he's really going on this beef and ping, just trying to keep down whatever he can. But he's down 3 dice. Oh, Light Swordsman comes out. Swings. Both of them. Paladin is forced to guard the Empyrean Mount. And then the question is whether Killer wants to take 2 or not. And I don't think you do. Oh, he does. Okay, he's going to... Alright. Interesting. Going down to 8. What do we do now? You don't really want to ping that Light Swordsman. But if you don't, then it gets mounted. Ay, ay, ay. And who knows if he drew into another dragon. Alright. So he swings at it. Tokened up. Glory comes down and pulls his own Silver Paladin to play. Alright. So Underrug's got a lot of his own big units, which is interesting. But I mean, in these colors, I don't see a reason to never, like, why you'd ever not play at least one Paladin. Doesn't make sense. Killer's going to play a second Shepherd to pull back the other Old Salt. And those 2 Old Salts will take away 4 dice, so he's not only on 2 dice. Wonder if he's got a Crescendo for the Sympathy. That would be interesting. You're going to swing... No, sorry. Underrug is going to swing the Glory at the Shepherd. Such an awful decision. Do I want to give more tokens, or do I want to let him have a mount target? It's just the worst. Just the worst. Alright, so in theory, we could see 12 Fallen come out. If, 5 of them got countered. Oh no, he's only got 2 on the one, but it's whatever. 11. But still, so dumb. Fallen is just broken. It's just a bad design. Should have exhausted like 1 book at a time. So you could get 6 out a round, and whatever. I'm just complaining. Alright. Lightbringer calls out the attack. Swing, swing, swing. He's got no counterattack, though. Not right now, anyway. So this is really just delaying. I don't know. What do you guys think? Who here sees a good strategy for Killer to counter all this Fallen business? What do you do here? Five dice to 3, and you know that there's a lot of units to come. Down to 6 life. Demona's on 10 life. If he killed a dragon with like Crescendo or something, puts him down to 7. If he's swinging an Old Salt, that's 5. If he swings 2 Old Salts, that's down to 3. But you still got to hold off at least 6 Fallen. I don't know. All right, so 3 Fallen come into play. We know he's got the Fork Lightning. He's gonna... Interesting. Okay. Just gonna clear them. Sure. Taking 1 damage versus taking 3 makes sense. I was wondering if he was going to try and save the enter the fray for the dragon. Like, take the 3 damage, but then, well, you get toasted anyway. Huh, okay. 2 more fallen. He's out of divine die. No opportunity there, but he's got the old salts. He's got 2 old salts, right? So that's the last 2 dice. Underrug is, ooh, clever. Gonna use the charm. Oh, and he's got the paladin, right? Of course. Duh. Didn't think about that one, did I? And he's gonna divine buff the fallen. So he's threatening lethal. Another sort of virtue. Ooh, okay, so he didn't play the old salt. So he's gonna only be at 3 if he chooses to guard the paladin. But if he doesn't, then he's in a bad spot. All right, that was a nifty little sequence there. I don't know if that was right from Underrug. I think that was a little greedy, going for the paladin play. Like, you have killer on 4 or 5 life. Just keep pumping out fallen and face off against the old salt that's in hand. I don't think you can really do anything, and then you have top of round. You just swing wide. And I think he also had, oh no, he didn't have an opportunity to mount. Maybe he didn't have any other ally in hand. Who knows? Does Killer have Meteor in the deck? Not that that would be what you necessarily want right here, but if he played 3 more Fallen, or if only he was playing Rapture. Why does no one play Rapture? Just clear this Shepherd and boom. All right, swing for lethal. Oh, mistreatment is in the chat. So he gets at least a 3 swing back, but that is not enough to do anything. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing how he gets past this one. That's a bit tricky. That third Fallen book is rough. I think he had a chance when it was only the 2, but just those extra whatever it is, 2 or 3 units is a lot, especially when you're on knights. And Underrug smells blood. He's just gonna meditate up his board. Fire Archer would end, yeah. So he's just meditating until he sees it. Now he's got top round, or next round game. Fire Archer for the win. Yeah, Fallen's rough. Underrug seems to really know what he has in deck too. They really did their studying, but swings for 5. So close. No, he didn't even go wide. He just chipped away, and Killer took a lot of guards against the light swordsmen, which were big, and then took one big smack with a dragon, and then the rest was just small chips and enter the fray damage. Hmm. Wait. What? What? Why did he just messing around instead of ending it? Okay. I guess to make it a little just to give him one chance, make it a little more interesting. Didn't draw the Phoenix Attendant. All right, this should be it then. Fire Archer for the win. Another Light Swordsman still isn't enough damage. Oh, he plays a Scald. Okay. Throws the Paladin for 4 damage on that poor Fallen. All right, sure. Now this is over. There it is. All right, recur and burn. Done. Yeah. Demona Fallen is still super strong and super annoying. Well played. Congratulations to Underrug for winning his own event. Seems a little suspicious, doesn't it? I don't know. Do we crawl or cry party foul? Um, this was a really fun event, and it was really fun seeing a variety of decks across the games, especially the finals. I definitely hope that this is a regular event because I think it any sort of limited event really shakes things up and I think stirs up the creativity in our community. And it's always fun to watch people problem solve. And there are absolutely enough cards in the pool to do 7, 8, 9 competitive decks. And so well deserved for whoever makes it to the finals, like Waves and Abby, or semifinals, I should say, and definitely well deserved to the final 2. So thank you everyone for watching. Have yourselves a great weekend. Have yourselves a good night. And I'm not sure if we'll be streaming any of the team tourney, but that is currently ongoing, and that's always a fun one to both be a participant in and play in. I have not played with virtually any of the new cards yet, so it's going to be my time to shine. All right. Have yourselves a great night. This has been the one channel where if you're not janky, you're stanky. Frog up, wolf down, lion on, snake out, goat something, goat back, and horse around, turtle power. Bye.